Hello, and welcome to episode 9 of the Lococast. I am your host, Loco Lizard Man, and today will be a bit of a mega episode. First, I want to just start off by mentioning I meant to record this past week both YouTube videos and a podcast. Turns out, work is getting to be the busy time, and I was coming home every night just fully exhausted. So this is on me, and I'm learning, and I will be changing my recording schedule. That way, to make sure these come out on time, and I wouldn't say on time. I'm technically not following a schedule or anything, but these come out at a faster clip and more so when I want them to come out. So that's just a heads up on why there hasn't been an episode in a couple weeks. But back to it, let's get started. Today's topics will include my thoughts on a few of the games I've been playing: Desktop Survivors 98, TMNT Tactical Takedown, Nice Day for Fishing, and Assassin's Creed Valhalla, as well as my review of Assassinins Creed Syndicate. We will also be going over the partners that Jeff Keighley announced, or I should say, I think he mentioned it is the first wave of partners for Summer Game Fest. And I'll be talking about, on a bigger scale, I'll be talking about why so many of these littler showcases are so good for the industry and good for gamers. That is coming up on today's episode of the Lococast. Let's get into it and start out with the games I've been playing and my top thoughts on them. We'll start with Desktop Survivors 98. This game is now out. It's a game I've had my eye on for a little bit, and I was very excited that it was at PAX with the creator, and they had a physical copy I bought. So I played it a little before release, but it's neat. It has a Steam code in there as well. So, Desktop Survivors 98 is, think of Vampire Survivors, but instead of you being a character in a fantasy world, instead you are a mouse's cursor on a computer screen in 1998. Now, one of the fun things about this is you can use your own monitor, your own wallpaper in that. So, like, I use my actual monitors. It has my, like, icons and everything. It's so fun. You are a cursor, and you have different power-ups, such as more cursors that fire arrows. Fire projectiles. That's it. That's what I was looking for. I'm sorry, my brain is all over today. Or you have, like the hand symbol. I don't know what it's actually called, but like the hand symbol that you get for clicking on things. You can have those that go around the cursor, kind of like a shield. You have recycling bins that fire out like shotguns. You have CDs that fire out and bounce off the side of the screen. There's a Minesweeper mine that goes in the middle, and when something passes over, it explodes. Different stuff like that. These are the weapons in this game. And it's like dungeon crawling on your desktop. It's really neat. It's really fun. I'm not going to sit here and say there's all that much more to it. There might be. I haven't gotten that far. I beat one mini boss and I've gotten like at most to the second floor of a dungeon. But it is really fun, and it is just a nice thing. Like, I'm gonna hop on for a run or two. It's neat, and it is a game I recommend checking out. I don't know the Steam price off the top of my head. The physical copy was $10. I'm guessing it's 10 or under. It is just a neat, fun little thing. And, like, That is the best way I can describe it, and I think that's how it needs to be described. It's fun. It is one of those games that's just there for fun. Next up, I'm going to talk about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Tactical Takedown. This game was developed by Strange Scaffold, who is known for stuff like El Paso Elsewhere, I want to say it's I Am Your Beast, and Click Holding. And this game, for so many reasons, is a game I should not have been into. I enjoy Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm not like a big fan or anything. I've seen a couple of the movies. I've played a couple of the games. I've never seen any of the cartoons. Like, I enjoy TMNT, but I'm not really a fan. And it has very strategy RPG mechanics and strategy. Okay. RPGs, turn-based RPGs that have movement in combat are games I don't really get into. So like strategy RPGs. Baldur's Gate 3. I'm so sorry to say this. Baldur's Gate 3, I'm just not big into because I'm not the biggest fan of the combat because you move your characters. See, that just doesn't do it for me. So this game has everything working against it. So I boot it up and start playing. This game is really fun. It is a I think they call it a tactical brawler or strategy brawler, something like that. I'm trying to remember the exact terminology. And each level will give you a turtle to play as. I will mention I'm only at the end of chapter 1 right now, so this may change later. But each level will give you a certain turtle to play as, who has their own moveset, and you get on the board, and it will lay enemies. And you have so many AP or action points to use each turn. So you do essentially you lay it out, and then it plays itself. Or, no, disregard that. You use it, and like, you play through the turn, etc. And some of the different, I'm trying to remember which one is which, but one of the turtles is all about increasing your attack power each move. So, essentially, your first attack is the weakest, and then you can do a second attack, and that'll be stronger, and then move to another enemy, and then do another attack, and that'll be stronger, then move to another enemy, do another attack, and it'll be even stronger. Another one is very much based around DPS, where it has the one move is he lays down an electrical thing that shocks anybody who walks into it. Different stuff like that. Another one is all about not doing as much damage, but getting action points back to keep doing it as long as possible. It's really neat how each turtle has their own separate playstyle. Another one's very defensive. But yeah, each turtle has their own playstyle. Now, the way I can easily describe it, think of, a side-scrolling brawler, how, you're making your way across. Each map may start with, essentially 10 to 15 squares. You do your turn, your enemy does their turn, you do your turn again, and maybe the first 4 or 5 squares will be red with X's on them. And then after your last, the last squares, there will be green squares off screen. And what that's saying is, at the beginning of the next turn, and your turn, then your enemy's turn, that's considered one turn. So at the beginning of the next turn, those red blocks will fall off, and those green ones will come up, and it'll, advance the stage, as if you're going across this side-scrolling stage. It is so neat and so well done. There are different enemies, your basic little ones that have, 3 health, and do a thing of health damage. You'll have ones that have less health, but are more ranged or have more movement. Ones that have less movement, but are a lot more powerful. Different stuff like that. I haven't come across any bosses yet. I'm not saying there isn't. I just haven't come across any, so I can't say for sure. But it's a really neat game that, like I said, I had so much going against it for it being a game for me. And it works so well. I did not expect to enjoy it even remotely as much as I did. I'm excited. Obviously, you are getting this way after the fact. But as of the day of recording this, that's the game I plan on streaming tonight. Because I'm excited to play more. I won't even going against it. I have it on PC. I'm more of a PlayStation player. I have it on PC, and I'm excited to play more. Next game I'm going to talk about is one I've been excited for a very long time. Nice Day for Fishing. This game is based on the Epic NPC Man YouTube series from the channel Viva La Dirt League. If you know me, you know I absolutely love Viva La Dirt League. If you haven't watched their stuff, I highly recommend it. Board, Epic NPC Man, all their shows are fantastic. But this is based on Epic NPC Man, which takes place in the world of Azarim in the fictional game Skycraft. As you can tell, it is very much a take on. They're a fake take on Warcraft. And you play as Balin the Fisherman, who literally his only words he says are, "Morning. Nice day for fishing, ain't it?" That's it. That's all he says. But something happens, and the entire show is based around all these people are NPCs in the game. Greg the Garlic Farmer, Bodger the Blacksmith, Balin the Fisherman, they're all the NPCs in the game. But they're kind of like, they have their own free will in a way when the adventurers aren't around. But the game starts out with something happens, and you, playing as Balin the Fisherman, all the adventurers disappear, and you become an adventurer. Because it starts with Greg going, "Wait, how did you accept one of my quests? That shouldn't be a thing. Only adventurers can." And this game is a fishing RPG, which is something I never thought I would say. Like, literally ever. It is a fishing RPG. So, as Balin, you're tasked with defeating this great evil that destroyed the town of Honeywood, and essentially you're helping rebuild the town as well. And combat is done through fishing. So you will fish, and even bosses are essentially sea creatures. And when you're fishing, as you're reeling in is doing damage. When the fish takes the lead, and essentially it would be you're not reeling in, you'd be letting the line out or whatever, that is when it comes up with it would do damage to you. And you can do two things. If you hold in circle, it shows little things on screen for you to know. If you hold in, so I'm playing on PlayStation, so if you hold in the button, in PlayStation's case it is the circle, it will block it. So hold it in and you take less damage. Or if you press it at the right time, it parries it and you take no damage. It is literally combat done through fishing. You have spells that can do more damage, less damage, heal your stamina. It is wild, but it works so well. And that's not me saying this as a big Viva La Dirt League fan. This is me saying this as someone who enjoys playing the game. If it didn't have the Viva La Dirt League skin on it, if it were just another indie game, it is a game I would love playing. And I think that's the biggest thing. I can say I'm taking my love of the IP out of it and making it like, if this was its own thing, I would love playing this game. Nice Day for Fishing is just such a surprise for me. Not even just that it exists, but it's such a good game in its own right. The last game that I've been playing that I haven't completed yet is thanks to coming back from PAX and being super into Magic cards again, which, by the way, I am going to do a full-on PAX episode. I'm going to start editing my PAX video soon, so that will be up on the YouTube channel in a little bit. But thanks for coming back from PAX. My hyperfixation is on Assassin's Creed. And I finished Assassin's Creed Syndicate and the DLC, which I'm going to talk about after this. But before I talk about that, I'm going to talk about, after beating that, I came back for Assassins Creed Valhalla. I'm going through games I haven't beaten yet, so because I'd beaten Odyssey before and Black Flag. Those are the two I'd beaten prior to this. So I've come back to Valhalla, which I was playing before, but I think I don't know if I got burnt out at the time or got distracted or what, but so I had dropped off. But I'm back, and I'm having a blast with it. It's honestly a really good game. It is a long game. That is one thing that I'm going, whew. Like, how I'm a trophy hunter? The one trophy, I don't know if I'll ever platinum it, because the one trophy itself is going to be ridiculously long. Like, I could see it being 100 hours just to do that side trophy. I can't do that. I can't. I just can't. I'm sorry. But the game itself is really good. I'm enjoying the setting. The characters like Eivor, I really like. I'm meeting really fascinating characters off to the side. The story is keeping me engaged. It is a much more action-oriented Assassin's Creed. That is probably my least favorite thing. There is, of course, still hiding and assassinating and all that. But there's a lot more of the, I'm just going in for a fight. It's like, well, that's my least favorite thing. I like the almost puzzle of using my things like blow darts and knives and stuff to efficiently and quietly take out enemies in a camp or whatever. This game still has that, but it just has it less. And that is probably my least favorite thing. That being said, I am really enjoying my time with it. It is hard for me to really describe the game, because like, part of me wants to say it's Assassin's Creed. You know what Assassin's Creed is. But it's that weird mix. And as much as I am enjoying the game, like I said, I've met awesome characters. I don't remember half their names. Just because, and this is on me, it is so hard for me to remember, like, I want to say the one character's name is, like, Terbor, Rondvi, like, I'm just not good at remembering names of this region, but that's on me, that's not on the game. Now, my one review for today, like I said, I played through and beat Assassin's Creed Syndicate and its Jack the Ripper DLC. Honestly, I had a blast with this game. It all started with me coming to it from wanting the Evie Fry magic cards, because I want to build a deck with, and like the main thing was like, I want to build a deck, and Evie Fry was like the main card I want to put in it. So I'm building the deck around that, even if it is not the main card. It's the main I want to. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to play Assassin's Creed Syndicate, the one Evie's from. Evie and Jacob are such a fun duo. Jacob's part in the story itself was good, not great. Jacob's part in it was fine. I felt like Evie's part of the story was much more interesting, because Jacob's was much more, we're going to liberate England. Evie's was much more, here's a piece of Eden, we need to make sure they don't get it. This is like the Templar story. She's much more the assassin, and he is much more the brute, which comes into play especially in like the newest one, Shadows, which has a very similar thing, as one is more the fighter and one is more the assassin. But like overall, I enjoyed the game. I enjoyed a lot of the side stuff that it has going on in it. The setting, I loved being in England in the 1800s. That was really neat. And basically stealing carriages was just Grand Theft Carriage. It just felt like GTA, but with carriages. So I see carriages anymore. I'm just like, yo, I bet I could nab that. Yeah, nag. I did nab and snag all in one. It was so fun driving around on these carriages, getting into carriage fights where you can ram other carriages, or I am so sorry for how many horses I shot for a trophy, where you can shoot the horses and the carriage like flips over. The only thing it was missing was explosions, where like the carriage would just explode. It would have been stupid, but that's just the way my mind works. But I really, really liked it. And it introduced the grappling hook. Why did we ever go away from Assassin's Creed games having grappling hooks? That was great. I know it wouldn't have completely made sense in like Origins or Odyssey or Valhalla or that, but come on. That was a great mechanic. Overall, I enjoyed the hell out of the game, and the Jack the Ripper DLC brought in some really neat and interesting new mechanics that I enjoyed. Like the fear stuff was really neat. And the whole idea of, you know, they always play with historical figures. And the neat idea of Jack the Ripper being an assassin that has essentially gone rogue. It's such an awesome premise. And I liked the way it handled that. It was so neat and so fun to play. I do recommend Assassin's Creed Syndicate. Very much so. I had such a blast with it, and I was smiling the whole way through. I've now beaten 3 Assassin's Creed games, and I will say it is my third favorite of the 3, but that is not against the game. Black Flag is special to me because I love pirates. Pirates are something I'm very big into, so I had such a fun time with that game. Odyssey, I think of the 3, it's my second favorite, but it is the best game, hands down. It is a fantastic game in every facet of it. Like, it is not a good Assassin's Creed game. It is a good game in general, and needs to be played. Syndicate is my third favorite of the 3, but it was still really good. That's like, Syndicate, I'd give an 8.0. An 8.0 is my third favorite, and so it's saying they're good games. So yeah, I guess that is what Assassin's Creed Syndicate, I give an 8.0, and is well worth playing. Please stay tuned. I'm going to take a break, and I'll be right back as we talk about Summer Game Fest and just these game showcases as a whole. Hi, it's me, but in pre-recorded form. This is where a sponsor would go, but I don't have one. So I just want to take a moment to say thank you. To you. Yes, you, the listener, right now, who's hearing this in their ears. Thank you for making my stupid voice and wacky opinion on games and the game industry a part of your day. It honestly means a lot. If you enjoy it and want to help out even more, the biggest thing you can do is share it and leave a review on your podcast service. It really does help. Like, I know it's easy to say that, but it's a real thing. It helps. And your help could help the podcast grow even potentially. And not saying this for everyone, but if you decide you want to help out even a little more, I do stream over at twitch.tv/LocalLizardman, and feel free to drop a follow there. And if you have Amazon Prime, now this isn't for me. I mean, it could be, but really this isn't for me. If you have Amazon Prime, I want you to remember that you have a Prime sub. A free Twitch Prime sub every month that they don't tell you about. And don't forget to give that to your favorite creator. I'm not saying to give it to me. I mean, you can if you want, but I'm not saying to. Give it to your favorite creator. Help them out. I want to just take this PSA moment to say, help them. It doesn't cost you anything, and it really helps them. Show your favorite creator some love, and I'm sure. I don't even have to say I'm sure they appreciate it. I know they do. So thank you, and let's get back to the episode. And we are back. I will be completely honest with you. I intended to record this the same day as I recorded the rest of the episode. It didn't happen. This week has been crazy, but I'm here. We're good. We're finishing up. So, now, we're going to talk about the Summer Game Fest partners that Jeff has both tweeted out and is on the Summer Game Fest page, and go from there. Because I want to, if there's something that really sticks out to me, I want to maybe take a guess or, kind of give my thoughts on what I think each studio is going to be, showing off or that. Just, yeah. So, let's get into it. The first partner, 1047 Games. I'll be honest, I had to look this up right beforehand. It's Splitgate 2. It doesn't shock me. Splitgate 2, it has, for as long as I can remember, I think every place I've seen Splitgate 2 was at a Jeff Keighley show. So that doesn't surprise me one bit. 2K Games, I'm going to guess we are going to see Mafia: The Old Country again. I doubt we are going to see anything from the new BioShock. You can always surprise me. I don't mind if you do. Please do. But I think we're going to see maybe a new trailer for Mafia: The Old Country. 505 Games is interesting because they have a lot of stuff that could be. So I can't really, knock it down to just one thing I think it might be or that. So that, you know what? Yes. I think we're going to see something new from 505 Games. Amazing CSUN Games. It's like season, but it's CSUN. There's another one I'd look up, Mecha Break. Yeah. Amazon Games. I feel like this Amazon Games is going to be one of the commercials that plays during SGF. And I think we're going to see... Oh, what is the name of that game? It's an MMO for PC, and it finally is coming or came to consoles. I forget. But I think that's what it's going to really be. Annapurna Interactive. I honestly, at the moment, don't really know much of what they have in the making. The only thing I know off the top of my head is that Silent Hill game that we haven't seen since it got first announced. But I don't think we're seeing that there. So, I'm not sure about Annapurna. What I do know about Annapurna is they make great games. So whatever they have there, I'm stoked. Atari. Atari. What could Atari be doing? They do have a, what is it? A new, retro-made Missile Command game or, a retro remake or something. It was at PAX East. I didn't get a chance to play it. I was curious about it, but I'm thinking it might be that. But then again, it's Atari. I am always hoping for something Roller Coaster Tycoon related. Doubt it, though. Bandai Namco. I could see that being anything from just a new update on Elden Ring Night Rain to giving us the same trailer we saw at today's PlayStation State of Play for Digimon Story Time Stranger. So I don't know. For all we know, it could be their new game that was shown off today, Hiragami. I'm not sure on that one. But I also would not be upset if we... That Hiragami game looks really good. Bell Ring Games. I'm looking this one up right now. Mistfall Hunter is their big game. It's going into beta. I don't know if I've ever heard of this. Intriguing. Honestly, intriguing. Then we have Blumhouse Games. I'm so excited for whatever it is that gets shown off here. And what I mean by that is they have, I think, 5 more games in development right now. No idea which one is going to be the next one. But they do have a game coming out that I'm really excited for called Grave Seasons. And oh my god. It looks so good. It is spooky Stardew. CD Projekt. What I expect from this is maybe another like Witcher 4 trailer, or like kind of replaying part of what we saw at the Unreal event that was just held. That would be my thought. But another thing I could see is Cyberpunk getting another trailer for the Switch 2 version, considering this will be a day after the Switch 2 launches and a day after Cyberpunk launches on the Switch 2. Capcom. From Capcom, I'm purely expecting 2 things. One, something Street Fighter related, maybe new character. I'm not sure exactly what, but something Street Fighter related. And, or info on the next Monster Hunter Wilds update. Those are what I could see. But Coffee Stain. I don't know what we'll see there from Coffee Stain. If it'll be a new game, if it'll be As We Descend, which I think might be their newest game. It's like a card battling game in a way. I could potentially see that, but I don't know. Day of the Devs is a partner thing. There's not going to be a game there for that. I think it's going to be them saying, hey, catch the Day of the Devs stream, which is, that same day, 2 hours later. I think that's what that's going to be, essentially. Devolver Digital. Devolver also has their own event that day in 3 hours. It's for one game, actually. I was just reading that beforehand. So I'm thinking it might be that. Because I doubt it'll be like Gorn 2, which I know they recently published. But .emu, I don't 100% know exactly how it's pronounced, but I could see them. Do they have another TMNT game in the works right now, maybe? I don't know. Dreamhaven. Dreamhaven is making that Thunderfolk game, which Thunderfolk is a... Oh no, that's out now. Coming soon is Wildgate. It's a PvP multiplayer shooter that blends ship-to-ship combat with fast-paced first-person action. Evade deadly hazards, search for powerful weapons and ship upgrades, and be the first crew to escape with the artifact, or the last crew left flying. Okay. Sure. Embark. What is Embark? I don't know what Embark is. And yes, we are looking these up as we go. Because I like to learn. The finals! They do the finals. Okay. The finals, fun game. Fun game. I gotta give them that. Enhanced, we just saw their game today at the PlayStation State of Play, so maybe we might see another thing from them for Arise. Luminous Arise. And Luminous, fantastic puzzle series. I'm not super big on like puzzle game series, but I cannot recommend Luminous enough. It is so fun. Let's look up another one here. We have Epic Games. I'm gonna guess it's gonna be Fortnite. They're gonna show something Fortnite related. It always is. That or since they technically, I think they have the publishing. Maybe it's another FBC Firebreak kind of thing. I could see it being that, but you know, I don't know. Focus Entertainment, Focus. They have their hands in many pots, so I don't know exactly what it could be. You know me, I would always be psyched if we got a random trailer for another Plague Tale game. I doubt it, but I'd be pretty dang psyched. Frontier. Frontier is the one I'm looking up right now. They do a number, Elite Dangerous, Jurassic World Evolution, Planet Zoo, Planet Coaster. Maybe it's something new that, like, I don't even know about. Who is publishing, what is it? Jurassic World Survive? Let me look that up quick. Jurassic World. Is it Survivor? Survival. Jurassic Park Survival. Saber. That's a Saber game. Okay. So it's not... I don't know about Frontier then. Who knows? Funcom. Funcom is doing Crimson Desert. Is that the name of it? Again, they were at PAX. That was that booth was stuffed. It wasn't really a game I was looking for, but that booth was constantly just overflowing. So, you know what? And I think, if I'm not mistaken, they're usually like contributor to Keeley's events. IOI, I'm guessing we're going to get another or the same trailer for 007 First Light. I think First Light? I think that's the name of it. Either that or this is just referencing the fact that there's an IOI event also on Friday. I think, it's after Keeley's event. So maybe that's it. I don't know. I am 8-bit. They're going to do something, I'm going to guess either vinyl related or just like a new game that they are doing a physical copy for. That would be my guess. Or it's just going to be like a commercial for like, hey, I'm 8-bit. Buy stuff. Let's look up this one. Kakao. I've never heard of Kakao Games. Chrono Odyssey. I think they are mainly mobile. They have had a couple games on console and PC now. Interesting. That is a new one for me. Kinetic Games. I am so excited. Kinetic Games is the dev behind Phasmophobia, which, if you haven't heard, just announced today, Blumhouse is making a Phasmophobia movie. So psyched. But yes, they are going to be there. I bet it's a trailer for the new update. I think they're just calling it an update. Then we have Kuro Games. I had to look this one up. I didn't recognize the name at all, but as soon as I saw the game, I'm like, okay. They make Wuthering Waves. Gotcha game that actually I know some people play and really, really like it. Level Infinite Pass. Level Infinite? I don't know what this is. I don't know. I do not know. I got nothing. Magic the Gathering. This, I can easily tell you what it is. On the day that Summer Games Fest is the day the pre-release kits come out for the Final Fantasy Magic the Gathering set. So I can tell you right now, it is going to be all about the Magic Final Fantasy set. Next up, we have Megabit, which I'm looking up right now. I think that is another... I think maybe like almost like an RTS kind of thing. I think Grit and Valor might be the name of the game that I'm looking at. I don't know. Then we have MetaQuest, which is very self-explanatory. It is going to be like... There's always a MetaQuest trailer for, like, buy the new quest. Munfish. We have Munfish, who are the makers of Atomic Heart. And what I'm thinking we're going to see there is actually not one of their games. If I'm not mistaken, they just announced Munfish Publishing. So my guess is we are going to see the first game that they are going to publish. This next symbol, I actually don't know who it is. It just says NC. I don't know. The next one as well. Neki? Nekki? Let's look that one up. Neki, game developer and publisher. Spine, Shadow Fight 4, Shadow Fight, Ninja Party. Yeah, I got nothing. I do not know. Oh! Oh! Oh my god! No! Spine! Spine! Oh my god. No, this game looks freaking fantastic. Okay. No. Yes. Spine is a single-player, story-rich action game focused on intense, close-quarters gunfights with aesthetics of gun fu movies. Made with UA5 and Cascader, Spine kicks off for a new franchise for PC and console. Yes! Okay. I remember seeing this now. It looks so freaking cool. Okay, yeah, I hope we see an update, maybe a release date for that. NeoWiz. This is an easy one. I can say it right now. I expect... We are seeing a release date for the Lies of P DLC. And look, if they happen to say, and it's out today, I'm not going to be mad. I'll be at work, and I will be setting my console to re-download Lies of P. I am not upset if they say out today. Netmarble, I don't know that one. I'm pretty sure that is a mobile one, so I'm not going to touch it because I don't really know mobile at all. Nexon, it could be anything. They have their hands in a lot of pots as well. Niantic, it might be Pokemon Go or it's a new game. I don't know. I feel like Niantic was just bought recently. Nintendo. That is a very easy one to say, yeah, I think they're going to show a trailer for the Switch 2. Maybe a game or two? I don't know. Newverse. Newverse is Marvel Snap. PM Studios. PM Studios is one I won't be able to take a guess on what we will see there because they're so diverse in what they are doing that it really could be anything. Pearl Abyss. Look. We know it'll probably be Black Desert. Give me Doke AV. Please. I beg of you. Playside. I do not know Playside. Oh, it's Roblox. Okay, well that makes a lot of sense. PlayStack. Now, PlayStack, I do know them. Exactly what they have coming, I don't know. But they are the publisher of a few games like Case of the Golden Idol and Rise of the Golden Idol, and as most people know, Balatro. They seem to just nail it with what they have. So whatever they show is something worth watching. PlayStation. I don't know. They just have their state of play. So I don't know what. Maybe Ghost of Yotei trailer. I got nothing. The next symbol is another one I don't recognize at all. I couldn't tell you. It's like an R with maybe a lightning bolt in the middle of it. It's a like yellow or golden R with a black lightning bolt in the middle of it, and it's surrounded. It's in a black square. I don't know. Razer is going to be a commercial for Razer accessories. I am a slut for Razer. My keyboard is Razer. My headset right now is Razer. My mouse is Razer. Eventually, everything will be Razer. I love Razer. Because I'm a dork. Sega, I wouldn't be surprised if we see Shinobi, the new Shinobi game coming out. It looks so good. That, or maybe something from, like another one of their, what did they call it? But where the initiative where they're bringing back a bunch of their old games like Crazy Taxi, Shinobi, Jet Set, stuff like that. Maybe we'll see something like that, or a little more on Sonic Racing. Perhaps. I don't know. Maybe. Soft Rains. This is they are doing a new game, unannounced game with a new IP. Our forthcoming game is a first-person single-player action game set in a lush, fantastical sci-fi world. So whatever it is going to be for this new game. Square Enix. I'm expecting another trailer for Final Fantasy Tactics, which we saw today. But I could also see them doing a trailer for something, like a little something else. I'm not sure. Steam, there's going to be a trailer for Steam or that. There always is. Supermassive games. I'm expecting a new trailer for Directive 8020. I'm hoping we get a little tease of what their next non-Dark Pictures game is. I know we won't get a tease for the next Dark Pictures game because they always do that at the end of the Dark Pictures game. So Directive 8020, there will be a collectible you find in the game that will show you a vision from the next game. But also at the end of the game, they will have a trailer for the next one. Techland, we are going to easily get the trailer for the next Dying Light DLC. I believe it's called Dying Light the Beast. Actually, it might not be a DLC. I feel like they said, oh no, it was way bigger than expected. Xbox, it could just mean the Xbox showcase that's going on Sunday. Or maybe there will be a trailer for, I don't know, Age of Empires 2 for console or something. Just thinking about something that is, maybe there's a trailer for Hellblade, what is it? Senua's Saga, Hellblade 2. Since they'll announce it for hey, it's coming to PS5 and that, then we won't see it at the Xbox event. I don't know, something like that. Xsolla, which Xsolla is another thing, kind of it's one of those sites that even I use for that partners with content creators and such. I'm not sure exactly what else they do, but I'm guessing it'll be a commercial. And then finally, Yacht Club Games, which, what is it, Mina the Hollower, I want to say is their next game? So yeah, I expect we'll see Mina and maybe even a release date, because I know a lot of people are really expecting that. No Team Cherry, I'm so sorry, Silksong fans. But the last thing I want to talk about is just this whole. We are. It is the heat of summer. Hold on, let me take a drink a second. It is going to be the heat of summer. Summer Game Fest. Just on this Summer Game Fest screen, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Oh no, that's just between now and June 9th. 15 events. But that is just the Summer Game Fest events. What's not shown on here is the 6-1 Indie Showcase that was a little bit ago. What's not shown on here, the Indie Quest Showcase. The, what was it, Best Indie Showcase. Somehow, the Future Games Showcase isn't on here. The Future Games Show is usually my favorite one. There are so many of these showcases. But it's really the best thing for the industry. And I know some people are like, ugh, there's so many. Yes, you're right. There are so many. But you know what else that does? For anybody who's remotely curious to watch one, it gets, especially for these littler ones, it gets these indie games in front of people's eyes, in their mind share. I watched the Future Game Show on a whim the one year, and it was great. They showed off so much great stuff, and because of that, I started watching every year. Oh, also not mentioned, the Mix Showcase, the Media Indie Exchange Showcase was the other day. Showed off great stuff there. I've seen so many great games already at showcases that people aren't talking about. What I'm going to do soon is I'm going to do another mega episode that is going through a bunch of these showcases and talking about my favorite games I've seen, you know, between all of the showcases. And I'm stoked about that because there's so much to be seen here. Like, I already know a game being shown Saturday at 2 p.m. at the Latin American Games Showcase. I know a game being shown there. And it is my most anticipated game this year right now. Tormented Souls 2. So I can't wait to watch that. 50 plus titles. First look at the future of Latin American indie games. 50 plus titles. That's 50 games that most likely would not end up at one of these other showcases. Yeah, I think that's great. So anytime someone says, oh, there's too many, it's like, well, you don't have to watch it. But also, it's there if you want to. And it's not a bad thing to watch it. So, I've seen too many people be like, oh, there's way too many. But another problem is I've seen so many people not know that some exist. And I think something that needs to be done better, and something I want to start doing better starting next year, is making these showcases more visible, because there's so much heart and soul put into things that are not seen by enough people. And I want to help change that. But yeah, I honestly think this many showcases, you know, even though there's a ton, is good for the games industry. It's good for all the games out there that are looking to get in front of people. And it's good for the gamers because it gives you a sense of what is there. You may find something that you didn't expect. You may find something that you would never see otherwise. You would never found. I think these showcases are so great for everyone. It doesn't matter how many there are. It just matters that they are a thing. But yeah, thank you for joining me. Like I said, after all this is said and done, I'm going to go through my favorite games that I've seen at all these showcases. Because yes, I'm going to watch them all. I'm a dork. I love them. I love all this stuff. But yes, thank you so much for joining me. I will be back soon with another episode of the Lococast. And until then, good night, listener. Good night.